Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Ty and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're back in the repair shed. As you guys saw in the last video, my girlfriend crashed her bike, and today's video we're going to be going over the damage and seeing if this thing is salvageable or worth fixing. So just taking a look at the bike before we rip anything apart, it doesn't look terrible. The problem is I can't tell, because the bars are bent on this side, I can't tell if the main frame or the fork section to the wheel is damaged or bent, and that's going to be the main thing that writes this off, because we can find plastics for it, we can find all the little bits and pieces, but if the forks are tweaked or if the frame is tweaked, the main bolt, then we're in a little bit of trouble. Just looking at it, again, really hard to tell because of the bent forks, and then the frame itself that holds this piece, the upper cowling, is broken under here, the metal part, so that looks kind of tweaked. So until we can get all of this stuff out of the way and be able to look down the stem to see, hey, is the wheel lined up with the center stem here, and if not, then I think this is a write-off. If it is, I think it's fixable, it's worth fixing, and it might be a good learning experience for my girlfriend to learn anyways. So let's start ripping, let's start tearing, and we'll go from there. So we're gonna disassemble this bike part by part, see what's salvageable, what we have to buy, and we'll make a list and see if it makes financial sense to try and fix this thing. I got this thing dirt cheap like 8 years ago, so if it's a total write-off, I am not worried about it whatsoever. This bike does not owe me anything. It was the perfect beginner bike for me, perfect beginner bike for her, and a lot of the stuff was pretty beat up even before we got the bike, so not a huge deal if this thing isn't salvageable. So first things first, let's try and get rid of all of this stuff in this general area. Let's take the mirrors off. Obviously the mirror glass is broken on both mirrors. It's probably going to be cheaper to just get replacement mirrors as an assembly rather than trying to get the glass repaired. As you can see, a chunk of the mirror on that side is broken as well, so let's start there anyways. Let's get the mirrors off of this thing and we'll go from there. So there's the first mirror. Glass looks damaged. The mirror itself actually looks damaged. I just saw this. So this mirror is cracked as well. This mirror is done for as well, but we'll take it off anyways. The belly pan is still good, and I use the term good loosely, but that's salvageable. Obviously it's damaged here, but we can repair that, so that can go over in this pile. Looks like the mounting tabs for this piece have broken off. But if we can get these off, we should be able to save this. I don't know, if I'm looking straight down this stem, it looks like we're pretty dang close. I think we're good. It's just the fact that obviously these bars, or this bar is bent, so. Everything else looks pretty good. Like I said, I think we're good as far as the forks go. That broke, it did. That's okay though. What do you know, more red Loctite. And that comes out like that. Whoo, baby. All right, so let's go over what we're gonna have to replace. Obviously, we're gonna need a bar end, I guess you would call this. This piece, we're not entirely sure if it's bent or not, but from the looks of it, just looking at that compared to the other side, this piece looks okay. I think the majority of the damage happened on this part right here. So, bar end, number one. Number two, obviously, upper cowling, and then the windshield. Number three, headlight assembly, obviously. Number four, this cowling bracket support piece, I guess is what you would call it, that attaches to the front here. And number 5 and 6, a couple of mirrors on this sucker. And other than that, repair wise, it's just the lower cowling, which isn't a big deal, and then obviously we gotta see if we can repair the tabs to hold this sucker on. But as far as this goes, everything should work mechanically, and I think that that's going to be savable. This is going to be a bonus. She's been riding with this like this for a while. This has always been broken off. If we can find one off of a parts bike or something, we will. If not, that can stay, and then obviously that has to be fixed. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. Don't think we've got any bent forks or anything. Just looking down this right now, I think that's good. And then I guess we can inspect the wheel. I think where she went into the fence, the wheel was saved by kind of, like if she hit a wall or something, obviously it would have been more damage. But the fact that it hit like a fence, it's like hitting a tire wall, right? It absorbs the impact, which is crazy. So I think we made out okay. Obviously we're going to need to reattach the other signal to that, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. So if we can find a cowling for this thing for relatively cheap, that's going to be the main expensive part. Ideally we'd like to find a part out bike that has this stuff, and then we don't have to piece everything together online. But eBay has lots of parts for these bikes, so if I need those pieces, you just plug the part numbers into eBay and Bob's your uncle. That's it. Now, to end this video off, let's see if we can bend this part back out. Grab a little wrenchy poo here. And let's try and not take this thing off the side stand while doing this. But if we can, this thing come back out, and then I guess we're gonna have to bend it back up too. I also don't want to break anything here, so maybe we take this off of here. I think that might be our best option. Put this in here like that. Now the fun part. Okay, now we gotta try and get the twist out of it. Should be like this. There we go. See if we can pull it this way. It's gonna go back just a tiny bit. Too much. Too much. Let's see how that looks. It's close. I think we're still off a little bit, but look at that. Nice. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Time to compile a list, see if it's worth fixing, see if we can find some replacement parts either online or at a scrapyard, and we'll go from there. And who knows, maybe we'll turn this into something crazy, maybe not. Either way, I think it's worth fixing to at least have a beginner bike for somebody that we know. At the very least, maybe sell it off, get something nicer for her. We'll see though. But again, main thing is she's totally okay, and the bike's actually a lot better than we thought it was going to be. So good stuff. Anyways guys, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Remember to always keep hustling, and most importantly, be kind. Peace.